What's up, guys? It's your man Dan with the plan. My plan is to stay alive, man. I know at least somebody's nervous about North Korea and what's going on right now. Look, I can tell y'all. Oh my God, there's a spider in my car. Okay, just forget that was a little bitch moment. Just forget about it. I shit you not, there was a spider on my window and I had to roll it down so it could get out. Anywho, a deadlier threat than that spider. North Korea. Look, they're pissed at us. They've been pissed at us since the 70s, 80s, whatnot. The Korean War. I mean, there's just a regime of assholes that don't care about the people, and don't know what they're doing. They're straight savages. I mean, they absolutely hate the U.S. I mean, they teach their kids this at school. I mean, imagine like having a bunch of our kids like go to school to learn about hating other countries, like singing songs about how our enemies are gonna kill us in our sleep and shit. What the fuck, dude? No. You know, and the other question is, what happens after the snake of the regime after you cut off its head? It's quoted by a lot of people. Even if you do that, we got a strike force over in the China Sea right now, off the Korean Peninsula, to deter any North Korean nuclear threat, which they had a test, like they said they were going to. It failed. It evidently blew up, which either means, you know, they don't know what they're doing, or they don't know what they're doing, or a little bit of both. So my point is, I really don't see a whole lot of worry. I mean, I do, but then I don't. China's already got our back with this. You know, they want to basically nuke North Korea if they do anything, you know. And Trump and the Chinese president seem to be getting along very well, and especially over North Korea. Trump's tweets saying, you know, handle North Korea or we will, China, basically. So I don't want anybody to be too worried. I mean, look at what Russia's being an asshole about. They're saying the Assad regime, there's no evidence in that, you know, there's no evidence that they use chemical weapons, which is stupid because the reason why we attacked the Assad regime in their Air Force base is because they released chemical weapons. And we have proof. That's the reason. To say it's not the reason or that there is no proof is just, it's like, what planet do you live on, bro? We recorded them bombing their own kids, bombing their own people. I mean, just suffocating to death. It's horrible. You know, oh, it's their country, you know, who cares what's happening to them? You know, I care. Other people care. A lot of people care. The US government apparently cares. Yeah. You can't just gas your own citizens, bro. Russia, oh, there's no evidence. That's why we bombed them, buddy. Yeah, and then they come out with a joint statement saying, oh, well, any attack further made by the U.S. against Syrian forces will be met with extreme force. Like, Russia, sorry to say, you don't want it, alright? You really don't. Nobody wants it with anybody. I mean, it's like, we're at peace. We're at total peace. I mean, of course there's wars going on right now. Tensions, all that nonsense, but, I mean, we're not in a world war. Everybody needs to calm down before it happens. I mean, like, oh, we're ready. Everybody's, you know, ready, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know, everybody wants to test their power, test their might, see who's the biggest dog. North Korea is going to get wiped off the face of the earth. We're never going to hear about them ever again. It'll be the nuke state. It'll be the Chernobyl state. We'll never hear of it again. It'll be gone. Imagine just North Korea just gone. Now, of course, after attack, and because they have to mess up to get nuked first, of course. Like they haven't already. I'm not saying taking life is wrong no matter who or where or what the situation is. Have you fucking we nuked Japan, Okinawa, Nagasaki. I mean, and look at them. I mean, they were the same kind of radical, kind of people. It's like beyond dedicated to their leader more than life itself. I mean, you got people starving. They don't got enough for their own military. They only got $10 billion in financial. They only got $10 billion dedicated to North Korea's military. Well, the U.S. is usually around 660 some $1 billion. I mean, just do the math. It's like you don't have the funds. They have no oil reserves whatsoever. All their food comes from China. Everything they have comes from China. They're their only ally, probably because they're their only sales. I mean, and that, you know, someone nukes North Korea, there goes China's sales, and China's not going to be very happy with whoever nuked North Korea. But I mean, people need to wake up and realize that North Korea for China is now a problem that needs to be dealt with, and not a freaking an asset. It's become an enemy. It's been our enemy. It's always gonna be our enemy, most likely. And I'm not looking forward to it. But I hope all goes well. I'll pray for it. Hope everybody does too. Be safe. Know what to do. I'm out.